So this is a bootleg of Lambada. So since this is going to be a YouTube video, I am muting the vocals. You can go and listen to the bootleg on my YouTube channel, but I'm muting the vocals and the instruments for copyright purposes. So you guys are just going to hear the beat. So yeah, it's a pretty simple beat. I mean, I have the bass line playing, like from when the drop hits, it plays throughout the whole song after that. So
it's a DJMattz exclusive.
Okay, so to explain this bootleg, right, we got the kick. It's on a 4 to the floor. So as you can see, it's 4 to the floor. And what have I done? Nothing. If you look at the mixer chain, there's nothing on the kick channel. It's at full volume. And as for the sample, I've just normalized it. Oh, and in the pre-computer effects, I turn the EQ or the frequency balance all the way to the left. So if I show you guys, obviously this is your transient section, right? So let me just copy that and then reset that. Take a closer look to this. I mean, it's not doing a lot, right? But you just see if I turn it to the right, obviously it sort of takes away the transient. But if I turn it to the left, you can hear there's that like nice click to it. You can't hear it there, but it just adds a nice top end. You know, it sort of like makes the transient sound a little bit more present when you play your kick sample or whatever sample you want to do that to. I do that mostly to my kicks because I like the transient of my kick to stand out. Like I said, not like a sore thumb, but just to be present in the mix. Obviously, you have transient processors, and you can use that to make your transients sound more louder in the mix or to have it be more present. But there's also this tip as well, so we can use this tip. So in this pattern there is this bass drum and your main kick, so it goes like this. It's a simple pattern, very, very simple. So then obviously in the actual bootleg I have the original instruments, or the instruments from the original song playing in certain sections where the vocal isn't playing. So it sort of does like a call and response sort of thing, obviously, where your vocals, and then when that ends the instruments come in and then it goes away when the vocals come back, that sort of thing. Then we have the synth. So this is, I actually did put roll speed on it, but I muted it, so I didn't end up using it. So yeah, all I've done is just volume. That's it. Then you have your string, where the string, now since there is a reed bass, there's a lot of low frequencies in it. As you can see, I have the string just in the intro section and then just when the vocal starts playing, because I'm not introducing the bass line straight away. There's like a little break and then it goes into the drop. So it's on one note. That's it. On the snares, this is your snare. This is the snare with the kick, and that's that. Now your vocal sample. This vocal sample is playing throughout the whole song, by the way. As you see, from the intro to the outro, it's playing one way. Now your crash sample, I always use a sample. I always love using the sample. It's a very simple crash, but I love using it. It's, I don't know how to explain it. Then next we have your riser, which is a very popular riser sound. But as you can see, I just pull the fade in, so it's not, I made the sample quite short in the mix because I didn't want it to be like a long sound. So yeah, that is that. And then you have your claps. Now with the claps, I didn't go, throughout the whole song. Like what I mean is on every, like following the snare pattern. I just have it doing this sort of pattern here on every first beat. Like, when the beat hits, it's that sample. I mean, that pattern, sorry. So in context here, if I play this, we'll do like the build up into, and then what I do is I take the kick out in this section here, so it gives space for the clap to, it's sort of like taking away that element and then bringing it back. That, so now on to the bass line, which is pretty much the last thing for this bootleg, which is your reed bass. And now I will play it with the kick because I am sidechaining this bass to the kick. So basically what I'm doing that is to give space to the kick in the mix, because without it, as you can hear, they are overlapping and it just sounds like a muddy mess. So now we have the fruity flanges too. I mean, on reed too, I meant to say. With the preset, I think it's a deep chorus. That's it. Settings are as is. It works. I remember in an earlier stream, someone told me to use that preset, and ever since then I've used that. Or whenever I'm using the reed bass, so that's that. And then for sidechaining, I use Kickstart 2, which I have not updated as yet. I use a sidechain whenever I'm producing electronic music or even in Chrome. This is a sidechain that I use. Obviously, you can use LFO tool from Expert Records, or you can do the old school way of drawing in your volume automation, which is a hell of a lot of work. So this just speeds it up. So yeah, and what I have it on, as you can see, it's on the first preset, your free chain, and I just have it as the audio, so it syncs. So whenever the kick plays, your bass volume is dropping. But as you can see, if you look at the the waveform here, it's quite a short sidechain. So it's just making sure that the initial hit, as you can see here, the initial hit of your bass is not hitting, or not playing, sorry, when the kick, so it's not affecting your transient of the kick. So yeah, that's just to give it space in the mix, because like I said, without, it sounds horrible. So yeah, that is my Lambada bootleg, which you can go and listen to on my YouTube channel. It's out now. And oh yes, for the master. So for this master, it is simple. Have a drink every time I say a simple master or a simple pattern. So what I did was, as you can see, we have Maximus. Pretty sure I used the Clearmaster RMS preset, and now this plugin here is sort of a secret tool that I use. When I say secret tool, it's a pretty old plugin. It's from, I don't even know how to pronounce this company's name, but I'm pretty sure they aren't around anymore, because you can see how old this plugin looks. But it's for free. I'm pretty sure it's freeware at the, currently. Well, I say currently, it's been freeware. So it's I think like maybe six effect plugins. Obviously, this classic master limiter is one of the plugins, and this is just the default. When you open the plugin, when you initially load it, is the default. And so what I will do is, obviously I do have a soft clipper here, but I muted it, so it's not doing anything. So I will mute the classic master limiter. This is just with Maximus playing. Now this is with both of it. It just, the default preset. Obviously, it is at, what is it? It's just over, say maybe 4 dB, I think, in the threshold. So if I played, okay, so what I'll do is I'll mute both. As you can hear, that is the mix without anything on the master. The classic master limiter just, adds quite a bit. And then got that final level of loudness. I have Maximus on. And then without it, obviously, as you can hear, it sounds quite flat. But like I said, with your songs, the thing that matters the most is your mixing. Yes, the mastering is just the final process of getting your volume loudness, adding that little extra loudness to your mix. But what matters the most is how your leveling in the channels are. So it's all these faders here that matters the most. The adding Maximus, or a limiter or a soft clipper to your mix, that's just the final piece of the puzzle. The main puzzle is all these things here, these sliders. So yeah, that was me talking about how I go about making a bootleg with reed bass as the main bass. So yeah, that is that.